How's it going, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good evening. I hope everybody had a great time over the weekend. My name is Mike. Just in case y'all didn't know, I have with me tonight is Nick Freeman,
What's up,
our
everybody?
champion from Saturday's Point Series race. So, Nick, how you doing this evening?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I just want to say thank you for, let me borrow some of your quality time to go live and something I want, like I said in the past, I've always something I want to do to appreciate the drivers that has won different race events, whether it's a cash days, point series, or just something of that nature. I want to be able to get them live and just basically just kind of recognize them. So again,
Yeah.
thank you for allowing us to take this moment out of your day and appreciate your accomplishments. So let's go ahead and get right to it, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Saturday, we had a North Georgia NPRC Point Series race number 6, the finale. We were hoping to have a lot of people come out because we had some giveaways and there was a lot of stuff that was happening that day.
I know there were a few others that were trying out the 4-pole on the East Coast. I had started to kind of dive into it, a little bit more here and there. And the first race kicked off, and little by little, I started going rounds, and it was very surprising. And I knew that the season was going to be interesting because of how the car was doing, how it was responding to the power. And I mean, there was a lot of competition. So going from round one, we ended up winning barely. I mean, there was several fast cars there. I think I met Bisquick in the finals, and that was no easy race. I mean, he's, crazy fast. And, round two, there were 2 rounds, I think, that I didn't score any points, or I scored like 1 point at. We had trouble with my car. The day after the first round, I actually went to Pickens and I raced up there and I totaled it, and I hit that cement wall or concrete wall barrier at like 80 miles an hour, and it literally just totaled the car. It just disintegrated it. So I switched over to my 22 Aero, and there were a few bugs that I didn't realize that I had that I needed to work out. And round two, I think it was round 2 or round 3, started having some really big trouble with that car, and had to take a step back and kind of regroup. And then I ended up fixing my old car. I kind of pieced another one together, went back to an Apollo, and then I really started learning that car. And I really spent a lot of time studying, learning. I got a lot of awesome help from friends and, nearby racers, out of town racers, all across the, West Coast, East Coast, whatever. And then it started kind of clicking, week after week. And going into the last couple rounds, it was really tight racing. And I don't remember where I finished on round 5. I think I went out, and that's when I went out around in second round when the track started changing. So I knew that going into the last race, me and Cody were tied for first. So I knew that was going to be the race that I had to really take everything that I had learned and studied and done to the car and kind of pieced it all together, so to speak, and came together for the most part. I met Vince in the finals, and he edged me out, but it was a very awesome race, and the car did great. I've set personal best and records for myself almost every time that I take it out, so I'm really happy with it. And where we started round 1 to round 6 is insanely different. I think I was running like a 2.02, 2.05 GNSS back in round 1, and now it's almost a half a second faster.
Yep.
So
I mean, you've learned a lot. You took time, you put in the work, and it's paid off. and it shows. Yeah, always on race 6. Coming into race 6, you were literally tied with Bisquick. You were at tied for 13 cents apiece. So even though you still had other drivers below you that was also in the hunt for that top 5 and possibly had a chance to win, you knew you had some work ahead of you, and you knew there was a lot of fast guys out there, and you did what you had to do to keep that #1 spot in the top 5 for the base for the champion to go into the clash of the titles, shall we say. So let's go into that real quick. Let's see here. All right. In round 1, you had Rusty Brooks.
Yeah.
So what was your game plan for him, and what was your strategy? And I'll let you discuss the outcome of that race before we go on to the next round.
Well, Rusty beat me. Okay, whatever. No, Rusty's crazy fast, and we went into round 1. Hey, babe. Went into round 1. So I saw Rusty out. Where was, I think, the big race? Where was the last big race? It was in Kansas, I think, at Redemption. I think he was out there, and I was seeing the times he was putting down, and it was pretty scary because I knew he had very, very good potential. Especially if he learned the track and got his car where he wanted it and where he felt comfortable. I knew he was going to be potentially up in the front. One of the front runners. So I knew that my best chance was to be able to leave with him, and at least just keep the car as straight as possible. And I did half of that. The car was straight, no issues there, but he caught me sleeping big time. And Rusty is not a driver that you can let him leave on you and then hope to drive around. You have to leave with him or watch him drive out of your life. And that's essentially what happened. I was making a charge, and I mean, if I'd had however much more room, maybe I would have called him. I don't know. But it was an awesome race. He did a phenomenal job. He did what he needed to do, and I didn't. Luckily, I was able to buy back in, going on to the second round. So that's what we did, and slowly paid off.
Yeah, pretty much a lot of people bought back in round 2. So pretty much after everything was said and done with, in round 2, you had to race nobody. So knowing that you didn't have to worry about losing a race, you're pretty much advanced as soon as you either made a pass or broke the beat. That was pretty much our rule there. But I think I remember you want to know how much the track can take, or what was your plan for your buy run to get ready for round 3?
So I didn't want to put like the moon tune in it, so to speak, but I needed to see what the track would at least potentially hold, because I didn't want to just turn it up sky high through the moon and potentially risk having the buy run. I mean, I wanted to at least get down the track, most of it at least. So I turned the car up a little bit. It was still had a long ways to go. We were actually really conservative most of the day with most of our tuning. We didn't. I mean, we were running good timing numbers, but as far as the radio, it was way soft compared to a lot of the other guys. I was just scared to blow the tires off because, I was seeing the bigger picture, which was the championship. And, so I was trying to find that happy medium of being able to get down the track and potentially get the car a little bit faster, but still see exactly what it would do at the same time. And it went faster. I mean, it was definitely faster, but it definitely had a lot more room in it for sure.
Yeah. So while you're watching everybody else make passes and you're getting ready to make your buy run, is there anybody up to that point you were wanting to focus on to, like, if I by chance do that driver, what do I need to do to secure a win against that person? Was there anybody on that list that we had that you were conscious of?
No, I mean, I think everybody at that point, it really, that race could have gone, however many drivers was left, it could have gone that many different directions. That's how fast our group is. That's how fast everybody is. There's not one person that's, 2 and 3 tenths faster than anybody. So you don't ever just focus on one person and, try to do what you can to beat that one person. I was looking at everybody because I know that it could have been, your day. It could have been Ryan's day. It could have been Vince's day, but no, I mean, it could have been anybody's day. So just knowing that I had to remember that was the important part and not get overconfident.
Right. So you made your bye run. Everything looks pretty good. You know what your car can do, what the track can take. So we're on to round 3. And in round 3, you drew Russell Clay.
Oh, yeah.
What was your strategy against them?
I had watched Russell and Ryan throughout the morning. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, they were both making great passes. Ryan, I think, was just a little quicker that morning. So I'm not going to say that I was confident going into that round, but in my head, I thought that I had the faster car. So, tuning wise, I didn't touch the car. From my bye run to that run, didn't touch the car because I knew that tune that was in it was probably more than enough to do what I needed to do as long as I left on the light when I needed to. And sure enough, I mean, we were able to get that one pretty well. So it was a great run. It was still a great run. But the car did really good. I think we ran, that was do we run a 1.5 on that pass, or was that, I think that was the next round. I don't remember exactly. Yeah. I think it was like a 163 or something like that at like 90, 95. So
yeah, you were up there. So.
Yeah,
you were definitely putting it down, and it paid off. So after round 3, we have gone to round 4, and in round 4, you had to race Ryan Clay. What was your strategy for that race?
A little bit different than the round prior. Like I said, I knew that Ryan had a faster car than Russell in the morning. It just in my opinion, that's just what it looked like. So I was watching, Ryan's car throughout the morning a little bit, and as the rounds progressed more and more, and he was doing better and better, and Ryan summed it up early in practice when he said that because he was struggling a little bit, his car wasn't doing what he wanted to do, and he was saying, that's okay because my car will either struggle in the morning, but it gets better, or if it's good in practice, it kind of goes away. And I mean, he hit it nail on the head. Every time he struggles the front part of the day, it's complete opposite by race time. And so I knew that race was going to be just whoever left first. That was literally going to be that race. And we left, I think we left dead even. And I think I just had, just a hair more in my car turned up than what he did. I think he said he played it a little bit safer. And we were able to inch out the win. I don't think it was even a full car on the finish line. Maybe like 3/4 of a car.
Yeah. So you were able to take the win on that one, and going into the finals, you end up racing Vince. Now we all know who Vince is. We all know what he's like, but we're all good friends and we do a lot for one another. So now you're racing against another GFRP car and a good friend of ours. So in the finals, what's up?
Yeah, this was kind of a double-edged sword. Well, I mean, it was a win-win regardless, because me and Vince test together, we practice together, we're teammates. Me, Vince, and Jamie, we started testing together. I don't even remember how many months ago, but we share basically everything. So we were actually all running the same tune that day. Radio side was just a little bit different. They were a little more aggressive than I was. I wasn't as ballsy, so to speak, with the radio, because I've just had bad luck turning it up too high. But I knew that was going to be a nail biter for sure. And Vince is definitely really good on the tree for sure. And I've tried to work on my reaction time a little bit. We don't, I don't know what the proper words to say, but it just wasn't my day in the finals. I'm very happy with the outcome. Vince did a great job. I was very happy with my car. I think we both set two personal bests together again. So he won, but at the same time, I won too, because we're teammates. Like I said, we were sharing everything throughout the day. So it's always a win when that happens, and when a GFRP car wins. It was a great day. You couldn't ask for it to go any better.
Yeah, that was a really great day. It's funny how you brought that up. Kind of got to jump in front of myself a little bit on this interview with you, but I'll just back up just a little bit before we start racing. First of all, I want to thank the Webbs for coming out and doing the live of our race, of our finale, which was greatly appreciated and awesome. And they will have a chance to get underneath that booth and talk for a few moments before our races. But prior to our drivers' meeting, I'm sure a lot of you out there have seen some of the videos that the Webbs posted. And this is truly what friends and family, mainly families, does for one another. After we got done discussing the rules and everything for the race, I hand the mic over to Nick Freeman. I knew something was up, but I didn't think what they had up their sleeves would literally put this 42-year-old man to tears. And what they have done for me was basically Vincent, Jamie, Nick, the Webbs, Steven, a lot of people contributed and built me a 22 GFRP Apollo. And I want to let everybody know that I know there has been some rumors and whatnot about different people in our group, and a lot of people just don't understand until you actually know the person in depth. And what these guys done is just unbelievable. They will bend over backwards for one another to help another fellow racer out, and there's just not enough words in the world to tell how I felt that day. And I just want to let everybody know, Nick, thank you. Jamie, thank you. Vincent, thank you. Stephen, Webbs, thank you so much for what you contributed to this year, and basically defines who we are as a family. And I hope everybody out there understands that. And I know there's some groups out there that does that. How you doing, Chelsea?
I'm good. How are you?
Never forgot to tell you thank you for what you did at the race Saturday. So thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say uh, this group of guys is really phenomenal. And again, I want to thank them so much. So again, Nick, thank you.
Yeah, man. We were. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So I mean, just like I said in the drivers' meeting, I don't have like a crazy budget to do this with. I'm also very grateful for my wife. She's supported me in this entire crazy journey. She's bought several things: motors, cars, chassis. Literally all different types of stuff. She's helped me out on every part of it, and we're very grateful to have her to help out. And we know that if you had the opportunity and you had the chance, that you would have the exact same car as what we're running, but we don't always have the same budget because we have priorities and other things going on in our lives. So I wanted to do something like this forever ago, but I just kind of got caught up in racing, and it just wasn't something that I could keep remembering to do. And luckily, Jamie has a better memory than I do. And so he said, "Hey, look, man, we need to do this for Mike. Like this needs to happen." And I said, "Man, I don't want to ask you to do anything you don't want to do, but when I say he was a huge part of it, he was a huge part of it." So very, very thankful for him for all the help and money and time and effort that he put into it. It was definitely a team effort, though, for sure. And we even had guys on the internet in the GFRP page that helped out. And I actually still have like a box of stuff that I have to give you from, guys like he goes by Airplane Steve, super cool guy. He donated like another motor and another ESC and like a body, like all different types of stuff. I have bags of GFRP parts still that I forgot to give you. So you have enough spare parts to probably build like 2 more cars. We were just wrapped up in the moment that I forgot to give you the rest of the stuff. But yeah, just know that I have bags upon bags upon bags of stuff to give you. I think you have enough shocks for like 30 years. So you should be good on that. But that's just what it's all about. And just like Rich and Val said, and I've said it, you said it, other people have said it. You go to a race, and all you hear is just drama and people talking, and who's fighting this person over the wrong color tennis shoes they wore, and because their chassis doesn't have a hole in this side but this side, and whatever. Who cares? What happened Saturday was like 100% why we do this in the hobby, and it was a good time. It was fun. I'd do it again if I could.
All right. Well, again, I want to let everybody know, we have Nick. He's basically our #1 state champion. He was able to make enough points to surpass everybody else that was wanting to contend for that #1 spot. So just to let everybody know, I'm sure most of y'all have already seen it on our page on North Georgia NPRC. I know it's been posted on the Clash of the Titans list of drivers. But again, I want to welcome Nick Freeman as our champion. Our second driver is Cody Offenbaker, aka Bisquick. We will be going live with him tomorrow, discuss about his season with us and what he had to overcome and go through in order to secure a spot in the top 5. Also, our third, Cameron Jacobs, we'll be going live with him the following day. And then we have Ryan Clay. He's fought and fought and made his way into the top 5, so that is much appreciated. And I'll be going live with him on Thursday. And the tie up the top 5 list is Jamie Bennington. We will be going live with him on Friday. Just basically go through all these drivers, give them recognition of their accomplishments, what they had to go through in order to be in the top 5, and hopefully everybody will have a chance to watch and learn. And if there was any questions, please do so and ask, and we'll be able to come together as a group, as a new family in this top 5. I think Nick was mentioning earlier to me before we went live is that we want to take these top 5 drivers and make a new team and work together. So, Nick, if you want to elaborate on that just a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. So the Webbs put us in like a top 5 chat. Were you in that chat as well? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Okay. It's been a long day. So we all got put in the top 5 chat just to kind of go over, thoughts and plans and stuff for getting to Clash of the Titans. And, it got brought up, I think, by Jamie. He was asking if it was like a state championship or if it was going to be an individual. And I think I told him it was going to be an individual championship. And, which some people might feel differently about that, but I think it's fine because that doesn't that doesn't mean that you still can't work together. So we came up with the idea of teaming up. And, I know Cody lives in North Carolina, but, he was very happy to be put on the top 5 in Georgia. I mean, he earned it. He drove 4-5 hours every time he's come down. I know he has missed a couple races for personal reasons and whatnot, but he's still in the top 5. He's happy to be a part of the team. So we said, hey, let's all work together. Let's see what we can actually do. Instead of one person, trying to go up there and take it all home. Let's see if, 5 heads are obviously better than 1. So let's work together. And, as soon as we get there, we'll try to get a good tune for the surface, and we'll just see how far we can go. 5 heads better than 1 type of scenario. I'm very confident with the top 5 that we have. I mean, they're all far from being slouches. They're extremely fast and very, very knowledgeable for sure. The cool part about it is you got like Ryan and Cameron, they're 5-star guys, they're running breakouts and strips and whatever else. And then, you got me and Jamie and Cody, we're GFRP. So 2 completely different worlds, but we're all coming together for one reason, and we're about to show everybody why. And I think it's going to be an awesome race.
Yeah, I mean, I hope everybody out there that's watching this, that's part of the point series race, wants y'all's top 5, regardless whether if all 5 are in the same state or if they're all in a different state. I hope you kind of somewhat take Nick's advice about coming together as a whole. And I know everybody out there wants to get that money, but also you want to represent for the state that you're racing for. So you're racing for not only being the best of the best, but you also want to let everybody know as a statement that this state is nothing to be messed with. So bias, I hope it's us Georgias, but everybody that's going to be in this is going to be fast, and everybody's got to be on their toes. So good luck to everybody else. Go ahead, Nick.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to say, it's just kind of cool. Like everybody, in my opinion, everybody brings something unique to the table. We didn't all come from the same backgrounds. Ryan actually really drag races. Like he drag races, real cars, dragsters. And Jamie, he's owned hot rods and drag raced and done stuff like that, for his whole life. I don't know what I bring to the table, but I'll definitely do what I can to help. I try to pass on any information that I ever get, and I think I've learned a ton, even from Wisconsin to here. I mean, literally, I picked up over a 10th second faster, just from hanging with the right people and just putting forth the time and the effort. And each individual person in this top 5 does that. And it'll just be cool to see, what we can do together, coming up for this race. It'll be definitely something to watch and pay attention to.
Yep. Just one last thing before we hop off. I think I want to mention just a little bit more information. I know I've gone live with the Webb Saturday at the race and kind of give a little peep show of what's to come, but I'm going to let Nick give you a little bit more of a treat about the upcoming race on October 22nd, which is basically the Battle of the States, Georgia versus South Carolina. So, Nick, if you'd like to give a little bit more in-depth detail in that before we probably go live to actually fully explain the race possibly next week. So I'll let you take it.
Just so we're on the same page, Ryan, yes, you're absolutely right. Should be a very fast group. Vince, we can see all 37 of your comments, sir. We're not trying to ignore you. I'm literally scrolling through, and all I see is just Vince one after another. Vince, we'll have to get together as Team Georgia to decide if you're allowed to pit with Team Georgia. We'll hold a council meeting, and we'll get back to you on that, sir. Anyways. Yeah, about the race coming up. I don't know all of the details, but I might. So it's going to be Georgia and South Carolina. Hopefully we have a lot of people from each group. I'm pretty sure most of the people here, most of the people that were at Saturday will be there, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a few more, locals. And then, you got guys like Tommy Burgess and, I was talking to Nick Bell earlier. He's trying to come. It's his wife's birthday. So, I told him no hard feelings if he can't. Totally understand. But anyways, they're going to bring some of their folks down. We're going to have some of our guys here and gals. And we're going to first pair up the Georgia guys on one side, South Carolina guys on the other. And then let's say you're from Alabama or North Carolina or Tennessee and you still want to race. What we'll do is we will have colored chips, and we will. So once we know how many drivers are per each side, let's say Georgia has like 20 and South Carolina brings 10, we'll know that South Carolina needs just a few more drivers to balance out. But if it's pretty close, even numbers from each state, then the out-of-town drivers will basically draw a color coded chip, and that way it's fair. It's not, picking favorites to go on your state and team and side and whatever. It'll all be done at complete random, and that will determine the actual teams. So those out-of-towners will represent Georgia or South Carolina. So everybody has a chance to race. We're going to have a track mate system on site. Track fee is $20. It'll be double entry. So we'll have an A and a B bracket. So guaranteed to not race yourself, until later on if that's what happens. See what else. Several sponsors. It's going to be tons of sponsors jumping on board, like GFRP and BBM, Roadrunner, Mike Bush and Donnie. I'm trying to read some of the comments as we're going over it, but
Don't forget Team Webb RC.
yeah. Sorry guys, I was trying to double check some of these comments. Yeah, the Webbs will be there. Yeah, we're definitely excited about them coming out to do their live streaming and whatnot. So that'll be fun. But so yeah, double entry, A&B brackets. What else am I missing? Come on, Vince, tell me in the comments. I know you're about to. We got.
We are, if I remember correctly, I think we are allowing buybacks after the first round.
I think because it was, I need to look. That's one that I do not remember. I thought because we were doing double entry,
We are doing
buyback.
Yeah.
Are
It's double entry, 30 buyback. We are doing $20 track fee, and I think it's 15 buyback after the first round.
Okay. Well, we have all of it written down. But yeah, Vince is saying, just like Vince is saying in the comments, Nick Bell, Bad Racing, Get Stuck. Those guys are all coming down, and the guys that can't make it, I think they're going to pitch in something towards, giveaways and raffles and stuff like that. So we'll have a lot of cool stuff to showcase, display. Might have some stuff from GFRP. I need to talk to them and see. Got a few things from them not long ago. I'll have their chassis, their new chassis for the Apollo, set out on display if anybody wants to look at it and whatnot. But it's going to be a really fun time. There's other races around the same time of year, but this one is also going to be fun, and we're going to have a really good time. And it's going to be on probably one of the fastest tracks. I mean, I would say in the nation, but at least on East Coast, whatever. A lot of people have come out and have never been to our surface before, and they've actually got to make a pass on it, and they were just blown away at how good it actually is. So it'll be really cool to see all the fast guys show up and what the new track record will be set to that day, because I know it's coming. Tommy's already calling for 1.4, so we'll see if he can pull that off.
Yeah. For anybody else out there that's watching, if you are interested and want to sponsor this race, please message Nick here, or you can get a hold of Tommy Burgess. He's representing for the South Carolina. So if y'all are interested in being a sponsor of this race, we look forward to hearing from you. Again, just get a hold of Nick Freeman or Tommy Burgess or myself. But these two guys are definitely, helping out, trying to get things settled. And again, we are still putting final details together. And once we get all the details finalized, we will be on live sometime next week, and we will literally go over everything. And then we'll be able to see how many people show up, see who's the fastest and which state's the quickest out of the two. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's watched or still watching. Just keep it between the lanes, do the best you can. Never give up on one another, because you're always going to have that help to get you faster. If anything, probably get you a faster car.
Yes, Vince, they are sponsoring as well. We've been seeing a lot of cars go up for sale a lot lately, and there's it's like we have one step forward and 2 steps back with people starting unnecessary drama on Facebook and stuff. Just stay off the internet when it comes to that type of thing. For every one bad person, there's 2 good in this hobby doing this stuff. So just try to remember that. And if you ever get at a point where you want to give up, or you're stuck or challenged or whatnot, it doesn't hurt to just reach out and try to ask, because you'd be surprised how many people have been in the same position that want to help and keep the hobby growing, keep it alive. So just try to remember that too, for sure.
To answer your question, Vincent, yes, Caldwell Raceworks will be a sponsor for the state race. Let's see here. If anybody else have any other questions for Nick or myself, I'll give you a little bit more time. Again, just want to go over that every day for the rest of this week. I am going to be going over with each of our top 5 drivers that are representing Georgia. Just go over with them, just their experience with the races that we've been hosting, what their opinions on it, their thoughts, and what's their excitement be like getting ready to go to the Clash of the Titans to get ready to represent for Team Georgia. So appreciate everybody out there. Let's see, we have Lewis saying, "What's up, Nick?" Or Nick, "What's up?"
Lewis?
So let's see here.
Lewis is a guy. He's in either North Florida, or I think it's North Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but that's going to be the next hot topic up for planning for the Webbs that are listening as well. We want to do pretty much what we're doing with South Carolina, but we're doing it with those guys from Florida and / South Georgia, I guess you could say. Pretty much, and we'll give more details later at another time. It's not as important right now, but it's something just to have in the back of your heads. But basically, he's putting together a team, and then I'm putting together a team. We're picking at least 10 drivers, and we're going to meet up on a neutral ground somewhere and have some fun. So more details to come for that, but that's going to be a pretty cool race too. Something to consider going to in the next upcoming months for sure.
Agreed. Yes. Coach DRC. Looks like I was about to cry again. Well deserved. I almost, not quite, but almost. But the first time really got me going. So it was definitely well deserved, and again, I greatly appreciate what these guys did and done for me. Charles, let's see. Sorry, just got here. Where do you race? We raced in Buford, Georgia. Basically, it's North Georgia, just northeast of Atlanta. Just check us out on our Facebook page at North Georgia NPRC. We also have another page that Nick has created for everybody else to check us out. So there'll be a lot of good information on there as well. Let's see, my eyes are getting blurry, getting old. What happens? Nick, don't get this old. Any news on David Finch? Is he doing okay? From No Limit RC.
I'm not sure who that is, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
Unfortunately, I do not either. Hopefully, whoever he is, hopefully he is doing okay. I do not want to wish worse for anybody. I always want to wish for the best and quick recovery.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I hope they're okay as well. It's going to be a good time, man. We got some good races coming up. We got some good action coming. It's always cool to have the Webbs show up, and they were really surprised at our surface. They haven't shown up since we used to do the top 10 racing and whatnot, and they came to our cash day a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and we were on the concrete. And now we got to give them a taste of the asphalt, on the other side, and just to let them see how open it actually was. So, I think with all of us kind of combining forces, we'll be able to have some good turnouts coming up for sure. It's going to be a good time.
Yes. No Limit RC said power mad. Still.
I'm a little lost on that one. I have not kept up with what's going on. I do apologize.
All right. Well, I think that is about it for tonight. I don't want to keep our championship driver here out too late because he needs his gear dressed. Again, thank you everybody out there for watching. Hopefully we'll be able to get you on here tomorrow night when we go with this quick and talk to him about what he thought about the season and what he sees in himself in the future and being represented for Team Georgia, and also see what the thoughts are about Clash of the Titans. So again, everybody have a great time. Keep it in between the lanes. Go as fast as you possibly can. And always remember, people out there are willing to help you. You just got to ask.